All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was having some difficulties. Uh, I planned on being on time for this live stream. My apologies, people. I'm here. I'm sorry. Let me get comfortable here. I'm here. Um, yeah, shout out to all the content creators. Animal Uncontrol is doing this live stream. I think he's still live now. Yeah, he's still live now. Real interesting guy that he is interviewing here. Man, I love to listen to people's stories, especially these people from different countries. Dude, these stories are crazy. Obviously, because in different countries, in a lot of different countries, dogs hold a whole different position in society than they do here. Like when I walk outside my front door and I interact with the bare planet, I don't have to deal with an abundance of dogs surrounding me. I don't have to do that. But a lot of these people, they have to deal with that type of thing. Now, I don't know if this guy is an anti-dog person. His name is Animal Abuse in Hungary. So I don't know yet. But look at this. This is about inconsiderate low IQ dog. You know what? That's enough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sold. Listen, there has to be some channels like this channel that I haven't heard of. So if there are any new channels, please let me know. Please keep me up to date. YouTube, I don't know why they limited the number of channels that I could suggest on my channel. And it's like I can't even pull up the hidden channels no more. If you scroll down here you got 4. Click over here, 4 more. Wait a minute, that's not even 4 more. Oh yeah, 4 more. So, and that's it. And I'm telling you, there's like 25, 30 of them on this list. You can't even get to them. And there used to be a link that would say show all. And then you click it and it'll show additional channels recommended by my channel. But they limit it. They limit it. So if y'all know any new channels, any good channels, please let me know. And I'm going to be talking about some of that stuff that they're talking about. And it's good to see people talking about this stuff, especially with the xenophobia kick. Like I said, that needs to be removed, excuse me, removed from the books, man. Something that ridiculous has no business being an actual medical thing. Get out of here. Unbelievable. Where are all the medical professionals is what I'm wondering. Why aren't you all outraged? Mind-boggling stuff. But anyway, as I digress before I even get started here, I wanted to talk about this interview. Now, listen, I don't watch TV like that. I didn't even know Dr. Phil had a show. I know that he used to have a show. But I didn't know that from watching his show. I just saw little YouTube clips like this. So I don't know if he still has a show, but he recently did this. And I guess he has some series about dogs. But from what I understand, Dr. Phil is a dog lover. And he might be one of those people who just against, I don't know, maybe bully breeds. I haven't done my homework on Dr. Phil yet. Okay. But he brought Jacqueline Durand onto the show. And my thing is this. There's really no need to put dogs on a pedestal. If you interview Jacqueline Durand or any other dog attack survivor, whether or not you put dogs on a pedestal, put a spotlight on dogs and put them on a pedestal, that will show your true intent. And of course, I feel like they did that or tried to do that in this interview. And it's just about her updated progress, the progress she's made since the attack. And you can imagine this interview, it was irresponsible, as they always are. Too irresponsible not to say nothing. You know, you have a responsibility to the general public, to the previous generation, and to the subsequent generation, right? To do the right thing. It's our responsibility to evolve. Y'all know I was about to name this live stream something like "We're No Longer Cavemen" or something like that. This caveman lifestyle, this primitive, where we drag primitive behaviors into the modern world, needs to start being identified and looked down upon. It deserves to be looked down upon, especially, obviously, it's causing a lot of illness, injuries, and death. But I want to go over this, and it's not too long. It's just under 5 minutes. I want to go over this, some of the things that they talked about here. I don't know how long the original interview is.
I was set to dog sit for 3 dogs. I opened the front door and 2 of the 3 dogs immediately attacked me and targeted my face, and I had hundreds of bites all over my body. I was in a coma for 8 days.
Says she was in a coma for 8 days. In the article, they wrote that she had over 800 bites.
To have my 18th surgery.
We're on our way to my next appointment with my surgeon.
Bye.
Now, if you were to tell me, wait a minute.
Need
Wait a
more
minute. Listen to the scary music, the horror music. They decided to play horror music in the background. How about that? It was fitting with the horrific injuries, right? I'm sure that's why they did it. But my thing is, first thing I thought of is I wanted to ask her, and I want a direct answer. Do you still think dogs are worth it? The crazy part is she'd say yes. She would say yes. We're dealing with people willing to have this done to them. And that is every single dog owner in the world, especially the owners of these bully breeds, other large dogs. They are saying that they are willing to have this done to them as well. You can't talk sense into people like that, into people who are willing to have, be subjected to this level of mutilation, injury. This is not you can't call this an injury. She's disfigured. Who would risk or be willing to be disfigured just to be in the company of a dog? Oh my God, it's not even doing nothing for you. You're willing to be disfigured or killed. I will never understand. That's why the dog nutters, we have no choice but to chalk you up as lunatics. Okay? And when we see you, we're going to deal with you like you're a lunatic. And we're going to be the least likely to get mauled, because we're not going to be no nutter who would see your dog and walk up and ask you for permission to pet it so they could attack us. We're not going to do that.
Bye. I will need more eyelid surgeries, more.
Now, see that? Did y'all see that? This is Jacqueline Durand. I've never seen this video. I watched it shortly before I went live, but that was my first time watching it. It was shortly before I went live. Did y'all see that?
Hi. I will need more eyelid surgeries.
That dog jumped up as if it was about to bite her face. That's exactly what I said could happen. That another dog attacks her face. This is the new flesh on her face. Okay, she's in that stage of the surgery like here. And she's putting...
Hi. I will need more eyelid surgery.
Like, why? Listen, this is what I'm talking about right here. For her and anyone else who's had their face disfigured, for you to continue to put your face in the face of a dog, that's insane. To call it stupid, that's an understatement. That's putting it lightly. For you to continue to put your face in the face of a dog, that is insane. And we all should be troubled and disturbed when insanity and mental illnesses are treated like a positive thing, a good, healthy, constructive thing. To just fail to call it out as a problem is a major disservice. Life is too short to serve disservices like that. Okay?
Hi. I will need
look,
more eyelid surgery.
Look, watch this dog jump at her face. It was like it tried to bite her in the face. And that's why, you see how quick she jumped back? And look at how she holding it down. She's not pulling it towards her at this moment. She's pushing it away. You, of all people, shouldn't be pushing no dog away from your face because you shouldn't even be in the same house as a dog. And she hasn't even, again, like I said, what if she gets attacked again before she's even healed? You've already had hundreds of thousands of dollars of surgery. Why would you risk getting it mutilated again? And that could be an understatement. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of surgery already. And wow. That's the shocking part to me. Even though she just got a wake-up call. Right. Wait a minute. Can y'all see this? I got to remember to stop doing that. I got to remember to make sure y'all see the same screen that I see. That way I'm not babbling for 20, 30 minutes. And y'all don't see my screen. Can y'all see my screen? Big shout out to everybody up in here. Ain't that crazy? You the last person that need to be putting your face up in a dog's face. And that much straight up jumped up at her face.
Hi. I will need more eyelid surgeries, more lid surgeries. I will need to get cranial implants for prosthetic ears.
Was it worth it? For dogs? No. No. Oh, no, no, no. No, it ain't worth it.
Surgeries, and my face can function better.
And she got to go through this every day of her life, all day, for a dog? Man, I would never even want to see a dog again for as long as I live. let alone have one in my face. This is crazy. No, this is irresponsible.
Surgeries.
This is irresponsible. This is a bad example to set for young people. It's horrible. This is the worst possible example you could set for the subsequent generation. What is this? Wow.
Less and less often, but I still have many more to go. It's not easy to deal with this lifestyle right now. Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't want other people to go through what she's going through, so don't go around dogs. Avoid dogs. If you know dogs are in a certain home, don't go inside that home. It's that simple. Do your best to stay away from dogs, and this won't happen to you. Even then, stay armed, okay? For the most part, people who stay on their toes, they really don't get attacked. It's usually the people who fall asleep, who think that the dog is harmless and in love with them.
Many more to go. It's not easy to deal with this lifestyle right now. Yeah, it's not easy.
And then the last photo they show is of her with her face right next to her dog's face. And that's the last image they show you before they go to the interview. How about that? So they basically made this all about the dog. They've already set the stage. This whole show, this whole interview is all about forgiving dogs and never blaming dogs. I don't even have to hear the interview to know that that's the message they're putting out. That's the message they're putting out with that. That was deliberate. They carefully select photos like this. And they chose that photo. Putting out the message to help encourage other people to be subjected to this type of attack. That's all it does. Well, I'm going to never refuse to be around my dog too, no matter what, till the death. No.
Yeah.
Worthless dog.
Well, Jacqueline, I'm so glad to meet you and so glad you're here.
It's so nice to meet you.
And I mean, I'm so glad you're here at two different levels. I'm glad you're here to talk about this, and I'm glad you're anywhere at this, because what you've been through is really hard to wrap your head around. How many times were you bitten?
I don't have recollection of how many times, but I had over 800 bites on my body.
800 bites.
Yes.
And
all because of the evil dogs. The evil, soulless, worthless, demonic dogs. That's why. Okay? You went through what you went through because dogs are evil and dangerous. They're deadly. They're killers. Killers. They tried to kill Jacqueline Durand. Tried to kill her. Succeeded in torturing her and disfiguring her because dogs are soulless, heartless killers. Dogs are the problem. Dogs are the problem. They're not man's best friend. They're absolutely worthless. When dogs actually have a tangible impact on our life, it's always negative. Anytime it's positive, it's superficial, and it's really false. Something another made up and imposed on these worthless, good-for-nothing mutants. Like that therapy kick they be on. Talk about how it reduces stress and anxiety. Bull. These people, listen. These people are a groomed population of liars, where being dishonest and being a liar is encouraged. Being delusional is encouraged. No, I'm a realist. Now, he's about to hit her with some questions here.
Yes.
And how long did this go on?
I don't have any recollection of time.
And do they have any estimation from the time you got there until
Now, wait a minute.
you were discovered? And how were you discovered?
I was discovered because the door was left open.
A neighbor saw the door open, right?
The alarm system
I see.
notified the owners,
Okay,
and they asked the neighbor to check on the house.
okay.
And when she,
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Y'all have no idea how many things run through my head when I listen to stuff like this. I bet you a 2-year-old wouldn't have done that. I bet you two 2-year-old, human 2-year-old children, bet they wouldn't have done that to you. So if I'm going to babysit, I will never babysit the dog. I will always babysit the human 2-year-old. Okay? Dogs are not the same as humans. Say it with me. Dogs are not humans. Let's cut this out. There's just so many opportunities to debunk these stupid myths and beliefs among these nutters. Okay, I trust that most of you are able to do that without my assistance. I'm just trying to help out the newcomers to the channel. Welcome to everybody.
she went over there, she got bit twice by one of the dogs and rushed back over to her house and told her husband to call 911.
Okay.
And that's how they came to the house.
Did they know that you were in there?
I believe the owner told the neighbor that they had a dog sitter and they weren't sure if I was there.
I've been following this since it's happened because we actually have a home in Dallas. And so I've been following it since it happened. And am I right that the understanding was when you made the arrangement to sit for these dogs that they would be, your understanding was that they would be crated when you arrived?
Yes, I do believe.
So when you got there, you knew they would be crated so they wouldn't be territorially protecting the house, and you would come in and let them out of the
Y'all hear that?
crates.
Okay. She's saying that upon arrival, the dogs were supposed to be in a crate. And Phil, clarified that they were supposed to be in the crate so that when you walk inside the home, they're not territorial and attack you immediately upon sight. Okay? Follow this. Follow this. So when she came to the front door, guess what she saw? She saw 2 dogs that were not inside of crates. Not inside of crates. But she said the dogs pushed the door open. Now, maybe that's true. Maybe she walked up, she didn't notice the dogs. All she saw was a door, not a glass door. But if the dogs pushed the door open, as she says they did, then it sounds like it was only a glass door separating you from the dogs. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yes, correct.
But that was not the case when you arrived on this day, obviously.
No.
Okay. And you opened the door a little bit, and they actually pushed the door open and dragged you into the house?
Yeah, they pushed the door open.
Okay, people, whenever people tell me a story, I always, without even trying or thinking about it, I picture it in my mind, the scenario in my mind. When you walk up to a front door and you open it a little, and some dogs open it all the way and start attacking you, that sounds like you were looking through a glass door and you saw those dogs were not in a crate and you tried to trust them anyways. She was a dog sitter. Okay? She still loves dogs. She's still a dog owner. So is she the type to have seen those dogs outside of the crate and still tried to go inside the home anyways? Okay, so there's some things missing from this story.
Really pushed the door open and dragged you into the house?
Yeah, they pushed the door open with their heads, and I was
Pushed the door open with their heads. That was a glass door. That was a glass door. It sounds like she saw those dogs when she was and said, you know what? I love dogs. I'm going to embrace these dogs. I'm going to hold my hand out and let them get my scent. I suspect that's what happened. And they just proceeded to attack. And what's the cause of this attack in this scenario? Trusting dogs. Had she had cynophobia, she'd be nowhere near that house. She'd be just fine right now. Okay? You can't say it's dumb to avoid having something like this happen to you.
was immediately brought down to the ground.
Right. And you were hired by a family to go to the home 3 times a day for a week to feed them and let them out while the owners were out of town?
Yes, I was.
Went to the home 3 times a day for a week.
Okay. And you're a dog lover, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
you do this on purpose. This is something that you've always loved
Yes.
to do. And when you met the owners, and there were 3 dogs. You were going to let them out one by one from the crates, and they were all 3 friendly dogs, right?
Correct.
When you
They were
first met
friendly.
them? Okay.
No, they were not friendly. Dogs are not friendly. They simply either attack you or they don't. When they don't attack you, they're not being friendly to you. They're just not attacking you.
And they were all 3 friendly dogs, right?
Correct.
When you
They were
first met
friendly.
them? Okay.
I mean, if I walk into a room and sit down and you're in the room, am I being friendly to you? Especially if you say something or pat me on the back and I ignore you. Am I being friendly? No. A flipping mutt be in the same room, and as long as it don't attack nobody, they say it's friendly. Just process that, and it's the truth. We all know it's the truth. Dog don't be friendly at all. It can be looking out the window. But because they know the dogs are so closely associated with violence and death, they look at the dog simply not attacking them as friendly behavior. You saying that admits to how violent and deadly these things are. You don't say that about people who simply in the presence with you and don't interact with you. You don't call people friendly in scenarios like that. Come on, man. Let's talk about it. This anthropomorphism or whatever it is. And why Dr. Phil sidestepped the most important questions. Now, I haven't seen the whole interview, but in this short segment, I wasn't that impressed. He asked her if she was still a dog lover. She said, yeah, absolutely. I would have pressed her on that. Like, why? I would ask her a real fair, simple question. You still a dog owner? What if your dog attacks you again? What if you get remutilated? Don't you feel like you're taking a chance at being attacked again by still putting your face in the face of dogs? I would have reminded her, hey, I saw you in the news. Putting your face into the face of a dog, and it wasn't even your dog. After she was attacked, she had her face in the face of one of her friend's dogs. I would have asked her, if you get attacked again, if a dog looks at your face and it sees that it looks unusually fleshy compared to other people's face, you know, anything can set a dog off. A dog could look at it, an injury. Plus, you know, dogs get a real good sense of smell. So if you have a wound and your blood is exposed, they can smell it. You can smell your blood. Anything can set them, which is why you should be nowhere around them. But let's say one start to remutilate her face. Would you then go back and continue to put your face in the face of a dog? How many times would you have to be mutilated before you just said, look, I'm no longer a dog owner? Dogs are dangerous. You don't know when or which one of them are going to snap and attack you. And you don't know if you're going to survive the attack. And even if you do, you could be disfigured. It's not worth the risk. I can find companionship elsewhere that's several times safer and cleaner. Don't be scared of change. What's wrong with you? I feel like we're dealing with people who are terrified of change. That's what evolution is all about. Obviously, this primitive lifestyle, it's holding us back. Look how much of a spectacle dog ownership produces. Her being on this show, this is all the result of dogs. Their soullessness, their inhumanity is what caused this whole show to be possible. I mean, the fact that you're on this show alone is enough proof and evidence of why you shouldn't be around dogs ever again in your life.
From the crate, and they were all three friendly dogs, right?
Correct.
When you
They were
first met
friendly.
them? Okay. At the time this happened, what was going through your mind? Did you believe they were going to kill you?
I didn't think I had a chance to survive at all.
Didn't think she'd have a chance to survive. Now remember, when the police arrived, they stood outside the home for about 30 minutes. She continued to be mauled for a good half hour after the police arrived because the police were too afraid to enter the home. It was just two dogs. And you had police officers with several types of weapons. Big, burly men. Scared. And you want to push these same creatures as family friendly, community friendly, family members. You want to push them as toys to kids more than anything else? Yeah, a portion of the population is going to pop up who have a problem with that. You know, our presence shouldn't surprise you. Y'all know this is loony. Listen, young ladies, all the beautiful, attractive, sexy, gorgeous women of our planet, don't put your face at risk like this. Don't sacrifice your face like this. Being around a dog is not that important. It's not worth it. Don't ever put yourself at risk to have something like this happen to you. Care about yourself, your face, enough to keep dogs away from it. Do you know that's asking the bare minimum? For a sane, normal person, you don't have to tell them that. Sane, normal person in their right state of mind, they're not going around no dogs. You have to be thoroughly brainwashed to participate in this lifestyle. I read a interesting article today, trying to do homework on caveman lifestyle and primitive man lifestyle. Now, I believe there have been several periods of primitiveness. You know, I believe humans have been on this planet for millions of years. Humanity is said to have started in Africa. I believe Africa has had several primitive periods, just like several very highly developed periods. And to a good degree, I suspect that the downfall of civilization, when it occurs, is usually the result of people dragging their primitive lifestyles into the advanced era. And there is a sort of mismatch there. Similar to what this professor went over in this article. Interesting article that surfaced back in 2013. I'm always reading some juicy stuff from the early 2010s for whatever reason. A lot of articles, good articles came out concerning dogs around that time. But anyway, caveman syndrome. Today's killer diseases stem from evolutionary mismatch. Basically saying that a lot of people today, they live in a part of the world that their ancestors did not evolve in. How about that? And he's arguing that that's the main cause of cancers, diseases. It is because your ancestors had a different lifestyle. They walked for 10, 15 miles a day, had a different diet, different climate, so on and so forth. So when you evolve, you can bring in primitive ways or ways from the old world into the new world, and that be the very thing that knock you right back into an old world, knock you right back into the Stone Age. Human evolution has to heavily depend on humans learning from previous mistakes from different eras. You know, evolving is seen as something that's godlike. In order for you to be godlike, you have to exercise, you have to look at the big picture in a godly way. You have to formulate where you want to go based on where you're coming from. Okay, so it's important to look at some of the dumb things that we did long ago before we were as bright as we are right now. And the sad part about this nutter culture is that it is the most backwards of all primitive lifestyles. You can get away with not brushing your filthy teeth. Okay? Your plaque is not going to kill your family. Okay, you can get away with having poor hygiene. But if you're going to evolve, the first thing you need to evolve away from is living like a dog. Living and acting, behaving, and it's deeper than that. They live, act, behave. Oh my goodness. They become dogs. They become dog-like. This is another thing they don't like to talk about. These people, especially ones who live with dogs, people, they literally become dog-like. They acquire dog parasites, right? They swap parasites, which is basically the dog infects them with parasites. Every dog lover on this planet has dog parasites inside them. Okay? They acquire all kind of dog stuff. Bacteria, germs, viruses, everything. It's all over them. Microscopic and particles, matter. You could probably see some of the filth that goes from their dog to them. So at that point, that's deep. You don't play around with stuff like that, especially parasites. When you're looking at what parasites do on this earth, they completely take control over organisms and have those organisms functioning in an abnormal, self-destructive way. And don't we always talk about how self-destructive these nutters are? It's possible that these parasites might be why humans have pushed so strong, so hard for the most violent and deadly dog breed out there. That's bully breeds. Constantly removing bands and so forth. Putting these things on a pedestal. What, now is a good time to pump the brakes, nutters. Okay? And Dr. Phil, you listen. Dr. Phil, you listen. You playing dumb. See, a lot of these journalists and these people out here, they see us over here talking. They see us over on Dog Free. I know some journalists who have said that they frequent they have an account in Dog Free and they frequent it like every day. There are people out here, journalists, a lot of people out here who keep up with our content on a daily basis. That's why you're seeing these dog-related articles and shows pop up out of nowhere. And sometimes you'll hear our talking points on there. Okay, this is serious. And the world is waking up to the seriousness of it, man. These things could kill us. Do y'all understand that? Dogs are in a position really to wipe us out. You're not supposed to let anything infiltrate your population like this. Now, I wanted to comment on a video uploaded by Chef Big Dog a day ago. Something that made me angry. And that's, that happens all the time. But this dog, she had a service mutt. And it was shot and killed. But I want you to listen. Listen to this. Listen to the lunacy in this video.
Wasn't even a teenager when the town of Quinlan raised $10,000 to get a service dog for the young girl with diabetes.
It just kind of became pretty important for her to have something.
Journey was specially trained.
I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. I know some people might have missed that. So, have y'all noticed this over here? Y'all see that? Yeah, these are blood glucose meter starters and devices. Alternatives to dogs.
Diabetes.
It just kind of became pretty important for her to have.
She had the dog. The dog's job was to smell her low blood sugar. I told you, even as service dogs, man, these things are worthless.
Something.
Journey was specially trained to detect the smell when Hannah's blood sugar was low.
Oh, this is, you see what I'm talking about? Look at how they bend over backwards. They will do anything. They will tell any lie. They will pretend. They'll pretend to be disabled. They do all this stuff for dogs. People, it's overboard at that point. It's overboard.
They let him go and he ran straight to me.
For nearly 4 years, the Golden Retriever has been a playful family dog.
Very loving and gentle and caring.
No, it just didn't attack you. Loving, gentle, caring, no.
Caring.
And also right by the side of the 15-year-old, ready to alert her.
He would hit me with his nose.
He hit her pretty good, right in the leg.
Listen, I would not want my child depending on no dog. My child would have one of those blood glucose devices. Far more reliable, far safer, cleaner. You see. This is not an argument. So the dog lovers, they love to come up with reasons or justifications for dogs in society. And this is their favorite. Oh, service dog. No. And that goes for anything. Anything. There's always a better alternative. It's safer. A non-dog alternative. You understand? Stop with that. Y'all know that. These people who campaign for dogs to be used as this and as that, they all know that there are better, more effective alternatives that are far safer.
On Sunday morning, Journey was let out for his daily quick dip in the pond he loved outside his family's rural home. That's when someone shot the 4-year-old service dog.
Oh, God. This is funny. Okay.
While his family was inside.
He was breathing really hard and his gums were white. Then he laid his head in my lap. I just went over there and I kissed him on the head.
Oh, see? The emotional attachment, man, I can't.
Told him everything was going to be okay.
Journey died.
Okay, look, man, stop. It's not a human. It's not a human. Therefore, it is worthless. It is as worthless as your burger that you ate this morning or your sausage. All that other meat. You don't think nothing about those animals that you eat. In your mind, they're worthless. Worthless. Well, guess what? The same for your dog. In fact, you should feel like you have a worthless companion. Your companion is also your cheeseburger, also your sausage. Dogs ain't no more special than no other wild animal around here. This is pathetic, man. These are not humans. So don't give me the human emotions. Don't sit there acting like you lost a child. Stop. That's fake to me, man. I don't buy none of that. Stop faking emotions, man. That's the worst. You don't fake emotions.
Despite efforts by a vet clinic to save him. The family has no idea who did it or why.
Even if you ain't faking. I don't care if you ain't faking. I don't care if you genuine. You shouldn't be genuine. You shouldn't genuinely love no dog. And nobody should have to tell you that.
Why?
He took.
You should not be crying over no dog. See, now, here we going back to the title. Doesn't it sound like, see, I'm trying to lecture a caveman. You're at a primitive state right now if you're crying over a dog. It's almost like you just crawled out of a cave. You've never seen civilization. And all you know is living with your dog. And somebody take your dog. Now you go, oh, my family member. Oh, come back. No. We are human. We're far above that. In fact, now that you know how far you can evolve, you take pride in separating yourself from dogs. Okay? That's when, health-wise, we evolve. Our families evolve. Relationships evolve. Okay? These things are necessary for us to evolve. No organism or species evolves integrated and mingling with other species. No, you're going to see them isolated off to themselves, doing their own thing until they evolve, until they perfect whatever they specialize in. So these things have to be removed from our midst so we can focus on human relationships, human energy. You don't waste. Human energy is magical. It's the closest thing we know to magic. You don't waste it on no worthless mutant that's not supposed to be here in the first place. That's the craziest part about it. You're wasting all of this valuable energy on something that nature's trying to get rid of. Do you know how backwards? That's backwards on top of backwards. Huh? Boy, you could write a whole book about this. This is too much. If you have diabetes, you'll likely need a blood glucose meter to measure and display the amount of sugar, glucose, in your blood. Okay? It's required. For you to only have a dog, you got a death wish. You only got a dog, and I can't take your affliction seriously. If you're not, I run into somebody, all you got is a dog, you don't have a glucose meter? Okay. You trying to die.
Dan is a little hero. For no reason.
Oh, God. Stop. Stop acting like a human was killed. Stop it. No, dogs ain't human. They ain't not even close. Not even close. They're so far beneath us. Like I said, this is an abomination. You're up here hugging on a dog. It's an abomination, man.
He took what has saved her life more than once, and he was going...
Said the dog saved her life more than once. Oh, stop. Stop. Dogs too dumb. Too dumb. They humanize dogs so much that they don't even understand how not to humanize them. They wouldn't even know how to address dogs if they were not projecting some type of human traits onto them.
To be with her when she went to college, to keep her healthy in college.
Oh, God. That is too cringe. That is too cringe, man. Wow. Wow. You know what this feels like? I'm dealing with people who don't even realize that they're people. Like they have no sense of self-awareness. That's what it feels like. It's like what? So they're not even aware that they degrading their existence. Well, how could you not be when these mutants are ripping you and your family, your friends, your kids apart? Lord. See, big reason why I decided to focus on this nutter culture. Because you can't have an excuse. You won't have an excuse. You can't say that you didn't know how dangerous they were. No, because if you have a lot of people putting this information out there, you know full well how often they attack, right? We want to keep these attacks in your face. That way it'll be irrefutable once we determine you to be just a lunatic. All right? Lord. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. And what is this Dr. Phil? He got a dog series. Dog series. I showed this, didn't I?
My name is Terry Angel, and I was attacked by a pit bull in 2021. My life has been a complete nightmare, to say the least, since that day. On September 17th, I was visiting a friend in her home. While I was there, her pit bull Havoc attacked me for no reason and without warning.
For no reason and without warning. For no reason and without warning. Okay? That's an unprovoked attack.
He ripped off my scalp, and when I fell to the floor, the attack continued. I had no idea that the trauma would continue for over a year in court. The city where the attack occurred filed a petition to have Havoc euthanized due to the dangerous nature. Havoc was finally put down in January. The case has been a hot topic on social media, dragging my name through the mud, portraying me as the villain and Havoc as the victim, and I'm here to set the record straight.
Well,
she said the dog is the victim. Her friend, or former friend, said the dog is the victim. That the dog was protecting its territory. She got scalped. I think I showed this yesterday, right? Because the friend was on there with her. And she was like, well, she should have knocked. She didn't knock. She just walked inside the home. Did I show that? I thought I showed it. She's like, yeah, she just walked inside. And he's like, well, has she walked inside the home before without knocking? She's like, yeah, she's done it before. Okay, so why would she expect to be attacked this time? You know, had she not gone over there, she wouldn't have been attacked. See how most of these attacks happen to people who try to pretend that dogs are harmless. When you are aware, those type of people usually don't get attacked. Like that guy who had who pulled out his gun, who kicked that dog. The dog was next door. And he kicked it. He had his gun on him. Notice he had his gun on him. He had his gun because of that dog. Okay, his antennas were up. Most people who get attacked are the dog lovers. People who are obsessed over them. Okay, look at the benefits at being anti-dog. And look at what can happen to you. You want to pretend that something deadly is harmless.
Put in front of me and I put my knee up against it and held my head. And I just kept saying, I'm going to pass out, I'm going to pass out. And I thought, I've always heard you just punch them in the face or something, or poke them in the eye. So I thought, I'm either going to just put my arm down and punch him in the face, or I'm just going to lay down with this door on top of me and let him get my arms. Okay. And then she grabbed a hold of him, and then that's it.
Oh, God. People are so crazy. People are so crazy. The thing is, the dog lovers, they'll hear stories like this and continue to be a dog lover. Oh, my dog's different. My dog would never do that. And they won't connect the dots. You know, they won't point out, or maybe they don't even know that everybody says that. Everybody who gets attacked, they say that their dog would never attack. It's always the dogs. It's always the owners who think their dogs will never attack, the ones who end up getting attacked. My goodness. Now, a lot of this, I think, has to do with the failure of the system. These attacks need to be publicized more. You know, these hospitals should have some type of database where they put out the information, the attacks, the extent of the injuries. That information should be put out on a daily basis. It can be county by county, state by state. The number of attacks, the number of emergency care treatments, the number of reconstructive surgeries, the number of fatalities, and the age range. Okay? And that information needs to be made public every day. That way you fully understand, and that's what's missing here. You fully understand how dangerous and bloodthirsty these mutants are. Information like that would stop some people from acquiring them, and that is good. That is a good thing. Dog attack prompts Centerville Mayor Council to revisit pet ownership ordinance. Now, I saved this to go over live because I like to do things live. I practice live debates by going over articles and listening to reports live. Got to sharpen the knives for when I get one of these behaviorists, when these veterinarians or dog trainers on here. And I'm telling y'all trainers, you nutters, I'm telling you right now, if we have a dialogue, you're going to have your set time, I'm going to have my set time. And I'm not going to be light on you. I'm not going to spaz out and get emotional, but I'm going to hit you with all the facts. Okay? You getting all this work. And I'm going to do my homework on you. I'm going to look at every single thing you said. And you already know what I'm going to do. Okay? So I'm giving you fair warning. Y'all going to have to acknowledge us eventually, man. We doing big things out here. These content creators putting out historical content. You understand? This is historical. That interview was getting good. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. Like I said, it was still live. It was still live when I was looking. Let me see. Where's this live button? I don't see the live button. Okay, so I don't know where it is. Well, wait a minute. What do you do with it? Okay, I can't find it. I lost it. That's terrible. Wait a minute. Let's go back. Sorry. Bear with me here, people. Okay, here it is. Skype chat. Skype. Do y'all know I used Zoom for the first time like a few weeks ago? I'm talking about cave people. I'm a caveman myself. I'm dead serious. A lot of these little gadgets and technology gadgets they got out there, I ain't never handled them, never even seen them, wouldn't know them if I saw them. All these little things they got, the iPad and iPhone, all this stuff. I don't know nothing about no nothing. I just got a phone, it's a Android, and I'm good. So yeah, I'm cavemanish too, but my caveman behaviors don't hurt nobody. Me not using an iPad don't get nobody's face ripped off, okay? So you can't get on me too bad. But I got some caveman in me too. Man, animal uncontrol, all these content creators. See, a lot of people don't take Chef seriously. They think Chef is a clown. But Chef will rip one of these nutters, like if there was a back and forth discussion, debate, whatever. Easy work. The thing is, it's hard to take these nutters seriously. you can't help but to poke fun at them when you deal with them because, it's like, please. Goofball. That's why they upload a lot of funny content. Okay, don't be fooled. And I noticed this, you content creators, you nutters out there who create videos, you try to go after the anti-dog community. You nutters out there, I notice a lot of you love attacking the women. Okay, for the most part, you're not dumb enough. You're not going after animal uncontrolled, me, or nobody else. It's real weird. It's like these abusive type dudes attack women. Who's that guy, Dark Reindeer? Man, he was attacking that lady like hard, like every day. He wouldn't say nothing to me. Wouldn't bring me up at all. He might show a screenshot of a comment left on one of my videos, something goofy like that. Y'all gonna have to acknowledge us, goofballs. Now, like I said, this is the interview right here. And I'm going to check out the rest of that here a little later. But it sounds like good stuff. Sounds like a lot of good stuff here. It's historic stuff. I enjoy listening to stories like this. And this is where I want to go with my channel. That I'm going to go in the direction. I'm going to get people on here, right? So we can hear about this madness. Those videos that are sent to me or shared with me by Yusuf Mamba are crazy. The craziest videos you ever want to see. Well, wait a minute. Oh, what are we doing here? Okay, that's not what I wanted. Sorry about that. It's some of the stuff like
Hannah Westmoreland wasn't even
some of the stuff he'll share with me. It's in a different language. And then I gotta try to translate it, whatnot. Well, a lot of that stuff, man, like the stuff they write in the captions, how they talk about the dogs in their country is crazy. The videos alone are crazy. You walk, it'd be dogs in grocery stores and shopping malls, all throughout the shopping mall, up the flipping escalator, the elevator, dogs everywhere, just stray dogs. So stray dogs occupied not only the streets over there in some places, but inside every place you walk into is stray dogs. Again, what's the point of having a civilization if you're going to turn it into a doghouse? That is living in pure filth. And that should be a violation. That's inhumane. So that, you know what? That's a perfect example of how inhumane it is to have dogs exist on this planet. For so many people to have to coexist with so many stray dogs, that's inhumane towards the people. That's irrefutable. If you're going to do something humane, you don't take care of the dogs. You don't make or keep them healthy so they can keep attacking the people, you big dummy. Again, backwards. Oh, what was this? No, I have to check this out later. I'm sure it's nothing serious. It's nothing serious. It can't be serious. Never is.
A recent dog attack sent Centerville leaders back to the drawing board on their pet ordinance, and here's what they came back with.
If you're out with your dog in Centerville, make sure it's on a leash. Kalisha Moore talks
there you go. There you go. That's a new law, to make sure it's on a leash. The problem is people not being able to control their dog, even if it's on a leash. And what you gonna do about that? It's gonna tell people to get stronger muscles? Well, you gotta work out. Are you unable to control your 3 pit bulls that you take on a morning walk? Well, try these bench press exercises. What are you talking about, man? That's not fail proof. Having a dog on no stupid leash. Anything can happen. Are you not aware? Obviously, you're not aware. Dogs drag people. Dogs drag people. The smaller, the easier. You know how many small people are dog owners? Get out of here, man. If you're not gonna talk realistically, don't say nothing. We ain't got time for this stupid talk, man. I'm sick of these intellectuals out here. All these people older than me, far more educated than me. Y'all out here talking stupid like you brain dead.
If you're out with your dog in Centerville, make sure it's on a leash. Kalisha Moore talked with city leaders and with the dog owner about keeping man's best friend under a little tighter control.
She's very hyperactive.
Okay, so that's all you got? That's all your suggestion? Keep it on the leash? Restrain it? Oh, make sure you restrain it now. Who is this lady gonna restrain? She could probably restrain this dog, but who needs this dog to be restrained? There are many kids who would kick this dog across a field somewhere. But there are women her size and smaller who have large, powerful dogs. That's your same advice? Hold on tight? Get out of here. This is so goofy, man. Lord, that's an understatement. I'm sorry. It's not goofy. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Wants to chew everything and give you lots of kisses like puppies do.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Why? Why did I do that to myself? Why did I do that to myself? Okay.
But even the sweetest of puppy kisses don't distract Trinice Tillman from leashing her 11-week-old Cocker Spaniel puppy, Harley.
So I'm not worried about her attacking. I'm mostly worried about her getting attacked by another dog. So if I have her on a leash and I see another dog coming up to her, it's a little bit easier to grab her.
Tillman says she uses a leash in public places and believes owners are responsible for any incidents.
I think dogs owners should be held accountable. If my dog, even if she's a little dog, if she attacks someone, I am her owner.
The Georgia legislature passed the Responsible Dog Owner Act in 2012. It revamped existing laws and was designed to protect the public from injury or death.
Revamped existing laws. There were no existing laws. What, to put on a leash? All y'all have talked about so far is a leash. Your little 2 minutes almost halfway over. Y'all ain't talked about nothing but a leash so far. Lord. People have access to several videos of people being dragged by dogs holding onto a leash. You know how many dog attacks I've reported on where the flipping dog was on a leash? I've reported a couple stories. The dogs dragged their owners to the victim. What is y'all talking about? This is what I'm saying. Y'all rhetoric, this babble that y'all spew out, it's not seen in the actual attack videos or the actual attack reports. So I'm blocking you out. Every single one of you nutters who start talking a bunch of goofy babble, I'm going to shut it down early. Okay, my tolerance is running low. Y'all don't do enough homework on your own. So when people do the homework, they're not trying to listen to you for too long. They can tell straight out the gate real early that you ain't done your homework. Y'all just gonna have to shut up. I'm almost tired of listening to this. Okay, let's finish. No, because all they talk about so far is a leash. You better talk about something else than a leash. You revamp your leash law? How you supposed to enforce that? How you going to enforce that? Nobody enforcing no leash law. These people are goofy, man.
Designed to protect the public from injury or death from dog attacks and to hold dog owners accountable.
A couple of weeks ago, we had an incident where a dog left the carpal ear from its owner, was barking at a citizen walking by and actually engaged into biting the citizen, pushing the citizen down.
That what he just described was an unprovoked attack. See, I'm helping you experts, behaviorists. Y'all, obviously, you don't know how to identify unprovoked attack from a provoked attack. I'm helping you out. This is free public service. How about that, huh? You poor ladies and gentlemen. Poor poor little babies didn't understand. You didn't understand? Okay, let me back it up.
And to hold dog owners accountable.
A couple of weeks ago, we had an incident where a dog left the carport area from its owner, was barking at a citizen walking by, and actually engaged into biting the citizen, pushing the citizen down.
He said the dog just left his owner, saw somebody, started barking at him, went over and attacked him. The behaviorists say, oh, something must have provoked him. Goofy.
Oh.
Police Chief Cedric Duncan says that's when they gave the city ordinance a second look. They found their ordinance wasn't up to par with state law. Now, dogs must be leashed in public and must be properly enclosed at home.
People, oh my God. That was the existing law. Oh, so their new protocol is just to remind people of the existing law? What, you didn't have a leash law before that? What in the world?
Dogs must be leashed in public and must be properly enclosed at home.
When you see the attorney, the verbiage of the ordinance and compared it with the state law, we had to amend our...
Oh, gosh. Stop. I gotta stop this, man. And shut up. Please shut up, man. Stop acting like these things can be controlled. Whenever people are attacked, the owner of the dog does not want the attack. They're not trying to help the dog attack the person, but they still can't stop it. So it's clear as day. Dog attacks happen because people can't stop it. It's unstoppable. That's the problem. It got nothing to do with them not being able to hold on to a flipping leash. Most dog attacks on children take place inside the home. Now what? What you got to say now? Supposed to keep it on a leash inside the home? Or keep it in a crate when it's inside the home? Stop. Y'all know that's not going to happen. And you know that the only solution is to remove these things from society. You all know that, and you're playing dumb. I never thought as a child that I'd grow up into an adult world of people who just play dumb on a massive level. I did not think that is what adulthood was about. But that's obviously what it's about playing dumb, ignoring facts, ignoring reality, living in fantasy land, imagining things. Despite what you see in front of you, you imagine something else. Crazy. You see something play over thousands of times, and you imagine that it's not happening. And you operate in the world as if it's not happening, as if it can't happen. Okay, that's a little too crazy for me. That's a little too loony for me. Okay, I can't just sit back and accept that as the norm. All right, that's what social media is for. People talk about whatever they want to talk about. Right, I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm ranting. You know, it gets frustrating, man. These people, you know, they act like we bang on nonstop about things. But no, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about if it wasn't for you. You wasn't causing so much chaos in the world. Stop pointing the finger. Just take accountability for your own actions. Now, like I said, this is a dangerous game, especially with dogs. Looking at how unclean they are. They have no physical capabilities to exercise hygiene. They can't contour their bodies like cats and clean themselves. They can't do that. So they are a perfect for bacteria, their bodies. Perfect foundation for bacteria, viruses, germs, and parasites. Come to find out, according to the scientists, they acquire an abundance of all of that. On average, more than other animals of the world. So that means dogs should be the most excluded of all animals. Make sense? Real simple, right? Right? Especially in the heightened era that we're in now. It's real simple. The dirtiest of all wild creatures, keep them the furthest away from us. You see? So you can just go look at the health benefits. And you can make an argument for removing dogs completely, just based on not only the health benefits, but the hazards and the unseen hazards. Oh, man. Oh, people. The unseen hazards, they're not really unseen. The CDC reports them. The CDC said every year we get 3 to 4 new diseases that we've never known about before. My goodness. This is every year. So new diseases are constantly popping up. How? It's because all the dog viruses and whatnot, they're adapting. Right? Viruses, they're adapting. So this is a very dangerous game. And it's too dangerous. I don't think we need to be playing this. We should not be doing this. Simple as that. And at the very least, there should be some part of the world where dogs are not allowed, if only for experimental reasons. A place like that should exist. I can almost guarantee you the average lifespan would skyrocket. And people in general would probably be more intelligent and would definitely have better relations between each other. It'd be an evolved civilization. Yeah, you think it's funny, but these mutants thwart human evolution. I stand by that. Now, do y'all know this article surfaced a few hours ago, and I've been telling y'all about this for the longest. Expert issues warning to anyone who got a dog in lockdown as attacks are on the rise. You see the date right here. April 28th, 2023. This surfaced a few hours ago. So you still have so-called experts who are saying that dogs are attacking right now in 2023 because of the 2020 lockdown. The attacks are said to have increased because dogs were not socialized, because they were inside the home. So are you also saying that 3 years of being socialized is not enough? Those dogs that were in lockdown, since lockdown has ended, they have been socialized again. Everything's back to normal. How is it even possible? How are you still blaming that lockdown when I know you have to be aware that you cannot use that excuse anymore? They're trying to use it. People, it's going to be 2033, and they're still going to be talking about pandemic lockdown dogs attacking people. Many of those dogs people had during lockdown dead right now. And there's a whole new dog attacking them. A dog that never spent any time in lockdown. Like, what are you even talking about? We talking about dog years. You just assuming that the dogs that are attacking people were here during the lockdown. And even if they were, they've been getting socialized for 3 years. You experts, I'm sick of y'all's babble. Y'all need to shut up, man. We don't need y'all, matter of fact. We don't need y'all. Dogsbite.org is enough. Pitbull victim awareness is enough. Our YouTube channels is enough. We don't need you. You're not serving any purpose anyway. You're not putting out true information. Lord, this cannot be a real profession. Though it is. It's a real profession. You goofballs. How many times they got to see this, man? I couldn't imagine being a veterinarian, a behaviorist, or a dog trainer and running across the anti-dog platforms on the internet. That would ruin my whole brain. Seeing that doesn't happen with nutters, that's troubling. That lets you know their brain's just not working. You know, when they can sit through videos like mine, when they can read websites like dogsbite.org, you can just read the homepage of dogsbite.org. If you still a nutter, then your brain just not working. Huh? You just ain't connected. You're not grounded. Now, this story surfaced yesterday, 24 hours ago. Watch. Bell County Sheriff's deputy fires weapon after he is attacked by pit bull. Oh boy. Oh boy. Articles that make me happy. That should be a series, a video series. Articles that make me happy. Man, look at that house. Is that a house? Look at that. I would not go inside there, man. No, dog or not. Wow. Uh-oh. There you go. You see him? Oh. But they didn't show it. They didn't show it. No violence. No violence here. No violence seen here. They cut the video right before the cop shot the dog. Yeah. The deputy quickly upholstered his service weapon and fired a single round at the dog to protect himself. Is that video footage of a dog attack? Is that what that is? Was that attack provoked? Was it? I don't think so. Of course not. That lady whose friend mauled her dog mauled her. Wasn't that Dr. Phil that she was on? That was Dr. Phil. Where is that video? I want that video. It was the perfect example of why dogs are not good for protection. It attacked your friend. And it's supposed to know your friend. She'd been around the dog several times. So if it's so human-like, it's not supposed to attack you. It knows you. Huh? But because it's a dog, it launched a sustained attack, and she's lucky to be alive. What is this? Yeah, Dr. Phil, he's got some like dog video series or something. He's got something dog going on. Let me see there.
Important that the owner take responsibility for their dog.
Oh, I do. And I wish they would have charged me instead of him.
Yeah, this is it. This is it.
And in fact, joining us is celebrity pet trainer and behavior.
Nah. That's the lady, though. This is not the video, but that's they got that Jeff Laverett dude. Oh, Lord. Let me get out of here. See, this is what I said. Dr. Phil is a dog lover. He's a dog lover. Shouldn't even have this guy on here. Are you crazy? Let me get out of here. Yeah, this got Josh Leverett on the show. It's time to end the live stream. Shout out to everybody able to join me for this live stream, and I hope to have you all back on the next as we continue with this crusade.